Hey everybody, and welcome back to the HIvemind StarCraft 2 tournament. My name is Evolution Gaming's Woodhouse, and just a couple of announcements before I get started with this match. Now, mind you, this match is coming from week 2. I sincerely apologize to you guys. My real work stuff has been getting in the way of me casting some of these games, so this is coming out actually about a week late from where it should have been, and I sincerely apologize to all the parties involved. But with that, as you can see up here in the top right-hand corner of my screen, I have a minutes per action overlay. Now, what does that mean? That means that on my channel in the upcoming weeks, you can start to see some of these VODs from a clan war. I have a good friend that does a lot of StarCraft stuff over in North Dakota, and he asked me to help him cast a clan war. That clan war is happening tomorrow, July 28th at 6 p.m. Now, I'm going to attempt to stream it, but like I've said before, my connection is a little bit weird at times, so forgive me if I can't do that. But the VODs themselves and the local recording of it will definitely be up within the next probably 2 to 3 weeks, depending upon how my work schedule looks from that. Also, make sure you check out the MSU HIvemind on Facebook. Also, make sure you check us out at Catapalooza if you're on the MSU campus in, I think, 3 weeks. Somebody can clarify that in the comments if I'm wrong on that. But with all of that said, be sure to check out the Clan War tomorrow. Be sure to check out the rest of the VODs from this tournament. This is the summer tournament for the MSU HIvemind. Make sure you check out our Catapalooza booth, and make sure you come to our LAN in September. Those dates, I believe, are posted on the Facebook page. So with that, guys, without any further ado, let's actually take you right into the game right now. Spawning over here on the bottom left-hand side of the Week 2 map, we have our good friend Airhead. We're just going to refer to him as Airhead for the duration of this map, just because I hate saying the entire name. Spawning up over here on the right-hand side, we have his opponent spawning as our Blue Zerg, the shit-talker of probably the biggest shit-talking... wow, that made no sense. The biggest shit-talker of the tournament, we'll just say that. We have Zdubs. So... like I said, this is coming from week number 2. I do apologize for these coming out late. It's been kind of hectic with my research schedule. But we do see the probe, and he's posted his build order. And we do see the first pylon. So from Airhead, what this can mean is it can mean a couple of things. Against Zergs, there's things like 2-gate openings off of that, where you go 2-gate and then expand, or you can just FFE or die trying, like most people. Double extractor trick coming down to Z-dubs right now. I'm excited to see these games. I wanted to get them casted earlier, but like I said, everything kind of just didn't work right. So I've been anticipating this and frothing at the mouth to try and get this casted, just because Z-dubs gives me so much grief when they're not up. Sad day. Sad pandas. And we do see a forge coming out of Airhead LOL right now. Or Airhead. I need to get back into that mode again. One thing I would like to point out, though, is you see the radius of this pylon. You know, might be better to wall off here, but that would be my only complaint about this. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. Going for the pylon block of the hatchery. Now with Z-dubs, we're going to have to see if he was just trolling with his build order, or if he's actually going to do it, and if he's even going to need that expansion, because we all know Zergs can come down here and take this third expansion anyway. The forge from Airhead just now finishing up in his natural. And the real question now is going to be Cannon, Gateway, or Nexus. Depending upon what he sees, and he does opt to just go ahead and be safe and go with the Cannon, but depending upon what he saw from his opponent, he could actually go Gateway and then Nexus, or even just Nexus first. I've seen stuff like that happen before. You see the first gas guys are coming out now for Z-dubs, and Airhead feeling, I guess, a little bit pressured. Not to mention the placement of the pylon there is a little awkward for what he's about to do. But throwing down a second cannon just to make sure none of those lings can run by. We do see that the pylon has been scouted by Z-dubs. I assume, yes, he knows the pylon is there. So he's very observant. Cannon's just now finishing up in the gateway, going down now for Airhead. And again, like I said, I'm not sure about this wall in. I don't know if it was just a mistake in the pylon placement. We're going to have to see. Nexus going down now. So your standard FFE. He did actually cut probe production to get that down. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because continuing to make probes is awesome. Apparently he's also saving his chrono boost for something along that line. Do you see the first 6 lings coming out now and a roach warren going down now for Z-dubs as well? Opting actually to hide 4 of those lings from the 6. Very smart move so that your opponent only thinks you've got the 2 out. Oh, never mind. He shit the bed on hiding that. Going back down here, we do see a second pylon for Airhead going down now. Again, with the placement, I'm not entirely sure I like that. I would like to see a pylon out here. Cybernetics core also going down, and the Nexus is about halfway done at this point. Continuing just to build probes now, he has resumed that probe production. We do see 6 roaches in production, though, for Z-dubs. I'm not sure Airhead can handle that. If we look at the supply now, the supply is actually in Z-dubs' favor by 10, but those 10 are made up in workers, I'm sure, and military units. Wow, that was a horrible statement on my part. I apologize for that, sincerely. We do see the first 6 lings and the roaches making a conga line down here to Z-dub's base. We do have the 1 zealot out here protecting the choke point. I don't know that that's completely walled off. No, it is not. They can still sneak through right there, and they ought... Oh, wow. Maybe they can't. And those lings just got bear mauled in that choke point. Those lings getting bear mauled. We do see a 3rd cannon coming up with the 2 pylons in the middle, and the roaches, oh god. Roach is picking away at the gateway. Backing the zealot up to let it recharge some sealage. Still no warp gate on the way. Does he has gas. Yes, he's double gassed. Okay. Oh no, but he's forgot the warp gate. This is going to put him way behind. Dropping more cannons. That's right. When all else fails, just cannon and cannon again. Z-dub's not feeling confident about the 1 cannon that's picking off the 1 roach. That Bronze League micro. Look at that. Look at that Bronze League micro. Making sure that that cannon cannot. And we do see just a mass cannoning with the pylons in front. Airhead also going to lose the cybernetics core, and at this point the hatchery for Z-dubs is just about done. Going back down here to the action where we do see the double Artosis pylon sitting here with no backup. And we do see all 6 roaches still alive. One of them down to 44 health, and that's the lowest. And the cannons, oh, he does lose a roach. Splat. You'll have to forgive me if I get distracted. I rarely, if ever, turn my settings up, and this is one case where I actually get to see the full animation of this game as it was intended. We still do not see a cybernetics core yet. We do see 2 gateways popping down now for Airhead. Supply right now is only 8 food in Z-dub's favor. Z-dubs... This is easier to defend, Z-dubs. What are you doing, pal? And we do see more roaches getting picked off by the 1 cannon that is in range. The roaches, though, are going to go ahead and try and target down that forge. Oh, but that cannon is still in range. That cannon, the hero cannon with 5 kills. And just more units getting produced. And we do finally have a cybernetics core coming back up now for Airhead. Still with no pylon back here to reinforce this entire Artosis wall. Is that a missed rally of roaches? I think it is a missed rally of roaches. We do see the 3rd just about done now. Lair is also Lair's just started. The 9-minute lair after the failed roach push, I guess. And we do see a robo. So 3-gate robo coming out of Airhead at this point. Not a bad move at all. I definitely like it. We do see him actually, besides queuing up dem probes, it's important to queue up dem probes. Actually, it would be important if he queued up 2 probes on each and then rallied them right there, but that's detail. Chrono boosting out Stalkers and Zealots at this point just so that he has units on the field. Because it's always important when you're playing StarCraft to actually have units. Looking up here, we do... Space Shark? What? There's a Space Shark on this map? I never knew that. Wow. And Z-dubs with the kind of okay saturation there. I can give him that. You know what? I'll give him okay saturation. He's only 4 probes short on his main and... or 4 drones. Wow. The 10-minute Mutalisk Crush. And still only 1 Nexus. Oh, no, he does have 2, but he's producing them there. Double Robo. So taking a note from Scipio on this one, going double Robo off of 2 bases. This is actually pushing production a little bit because Robo units are slightly more expensive. Still no upgrades coming out from Airhead either. So we're going to have to see that creep spread. Continuing on for Zdubs. That a boy. Still no larva injects. He's missing a couple of them. Missing that larva inject. Did he get this one? Nope, he did not. He missed that larva. Oh, he got it just as I moused away. And that queen just popped with that larva inject. So right now it is 3 bases to 2. Even, well, through 2 bases, 2 2.25. We'll call it 2.25 bases, 2 base Protoss. Warp gate is now done, so he is just going to go ahead and continue to produce everything. Holy gateways. And a robo support bay. He's been banking that gas for a little bit of time now since he lost everything and had to work on getting his tech back. Airhead moving out to the watchtower. Both these players on watchtowers now. I don't know that they can actually see each other, though. I think range comes to, like, right there. We're going to check. Yeah, it doesn't even quite make the transition there. So, at this point, we're just seeing both players kind of try and macro up and play a little more macro-oriented, which is strange for Zdubs, considering he cheesed last game with the 20... not even 20 minute. It was like 13-minute Broodlords. And all the smack talk. Uh-oh. The worst part about this is we have no blink on the way. We have none of that. So we have La Mutar. Oh, are they going to... There we go. For a second there, I thought they were just going to have a little dance party on this side of the map and not really do a whole lot. We do see him up to 5 gateways now. A couple Colossi. Oh, no, Mutas! Running away from those stalkers. Again, we see that Bronze League micro. Warping in some stalkers to deal with La Mutar. Is he going to get one? No, not quite. But he does manage to pick off a couple of probes. And no, we actually don't get a picked off Mutalisk outside of the one that was picked off at the cannon. Leaving this contingency of stalkers at the back of the base to deal with the Mutalisk. I do like that move a lot. I would like to see some blink play come out of Airhead at this point, though. But at this point, he doesn't... Oh, and we do have a Changeling in here who's going to seed that Colossus production. And I have a hard time recognizing Changelings at times, but this... Yeah. Airhead is not even looking at them. So yeah, it would be hard to recognize at that point. And actually, a good transition for Airhead at this point may just be Templar. Because look at the gas. He's got quite a bit of gas and not very many minerals. High Templars maybe for Storm. Actually, if he was to push out now, I think he would pretty much take Zdubs uncontested. Because if you look at the supply difference right now, it's 124 to 93. So, yeah. That was a pretty open-ended statement. But, yeah, we'll go with that. We do see, though, that Airhead is going to need to expand. His main is getting mined out, and he is actually in the process of doing that. He drove away the Muta threat up here and is just going to take his own expansion, which is a good move. We do see 2 Colossi out on the board now, as well as some Stalkers with still no blink. +1 upgrades, though. 1 ground armor is on the way as well. And I guess I could turn the music on for you guys, so you don't just have to listen to my voice. Not like many people do anyway, but I mean... Ooh, that ambient music. What is this? Another gateway. Still no... Twilight Council on the way, though. Third is just about done. Yeah, and here you can actually see kind of the flaw of double robo play. Uh-oh. Are we going for the 2-prong Muta harass? We are. Uh-oh. The Predator music. Moving the entire army over. He needs to be careful, though, because there are... Oh! Zdubs, no! Zdubs losing a lot of mutas in that attack. And just leaving them there. Airhead's play actually is reminding me a lot of myself and being very complacent and being very, very patient with your opponent. The only thing that I see as a problem to this is Zdubs could possibly transition into Broodlords which would cause a little bit of an issue considering there's no Void Rays, no Mothership, nothing like that out right now. And oh, do we have the massive move out from Airhead? We might actually see it. Ladies and gentlemen, let the mass exodus begin. We do see 3 Colossi in that mix, 4 Immortals, and a bunch of Stalkers. 3 Immortals, excuse me, and a bunch of Stalkers. We do only have 5 Corruptors just now entering the field, though, and not that many Mutalisks. We do have a pack of full health Mutas over here, though. And let it... Oh, no! That's a huge loss. Oh, my God, and look at the carnage beginning over here as Airhead, LOL, making the massive push out. Those Stalkers are going to just clean up those Roaches, and oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we might just see it. Zdub might have waited a little too long on that harass and not done the damage he needed. The army from Airhead just going to continue to push up into the main now. The Colossi leading the charge, outranging those Spine Crawlers. 1 Queen falls, a bunch of Roaches pop, they all fall as they pop. Oh, and the carnage just continues. Airhead, LOL, making the massive push into the main base now of Zdubs. If we go ahead and look back here at his base, the Mutalisks did move in, but they're getting cleaned up by a small contingency of Stalkers. We did not see the other Mutalisk contingent move in, though. This natural getting completely torn up. And the Protoss army moving into the main base of our Zerg player, Zdubs. I have to give Zdubs a lot of credit in this game. For as much smack talk as he does, this was actually a pretty decent play on his end, I will say that. You do see the 3 Colossi just continuing to push forward, along with the rest of the army, the Stalker, Immortal, and a couple of Zealot Force, cleaning up that main. The hatchery did fall. He is no longer on lair tech, and this base is just going to get cleaned up by Airhead, as we do see the supply starting to plummet now for Zdubs. And looking down here at the units, we do see some Roaches still out on the field. I don't know that it's going to be enough. The Spire is now off a creep, so it will slowly begin to die, running away from everything. Yep, going to go ahead and clean up the natural as well. And we do see a small contingency of Roaches continuing to push its way across the map. There's not enough units here to do a whole lot about that at this point, but at this point, if Zdubs tries to push this into a base race, I have a feeling he's going to be sadly disappointed. Zdubs opting to widen his retreat path. And Zdubs with the Poo Nuggets as the Stalkers do come in. Aww. Is he trying to make up for last week? He must be. Oh dear. I don't know how Blake feels about this. I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed, Zdub. Actually, like I said, for as much trash talking as you do, this is a pretty good showing. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. Blake called out on you. That's crazy. Sad faces. And we do see the last base start to fall, and the GGs get thrown out. So actually, guys, with that was actually a pretty impressive game number 1. And with that, stay with me. I will be back here with game number 2. Between Zdubs and Airhead, LOL, with Airhead taking the 1-0 lead over Zdubs. Stay with me.